Oops. Hey everybody, how are you? I am so unorganized today. I have been trying to clean my house and get ready for Thanksgiving and let's see who's here. There's Charlotta. Oh, now I'm happy. I'm happier. Hi Dorothy, Karen. You're in Naperville visiting your family. That's nice. Looking for a new job. Hi Linda, Laura. There's Glum. Did I just see Glum? No, I saw Charlotta saying hi, Glum. Hey, Teresita. Hi, Karen. I still have to get you that quote. Sorry. Hi, Avril. Can't talk. I've been down in my basement. It's been one of those days. I've just been down here all by myself, not speaking to any humans. Hi, Suzanne. Hey, Liz. You've been cooking. You know, I thought about making a pie today, but I was moving stuff around. And hey, Brenda. Hey, Diane. All right, good to see you guys. Just a couple things, because I see one of you is here. I picked the winners for the Comfort and Joy for the people that posted in the group. Hello, Up All Night Studio. And so one of the winners is here. Maybe I'll wait and say the others. I'll post it in the group because I was going to do it and I haven't. You have been stitching Christmas cards. Wow, Dorothy. It's going to take a while, no? Okay, one of the winners is Laura. Laura Zablewski. So you will be getting a package from me. And I hope you like it. So what else? I have been posting or listing some of my old dies. Guys, I am like, I am out of room in my Etsy shop. So I went through and I found some older ones that, man, I haven't looked at them in a long time. So let me just show you what some of them are. The packaging is so old. This is the square box, which somebody bought, but I found another one. This is a really cool one. It's like the gift box, but it's a little smaller. It's 4 or 3 1/4 inches square and goes together really nice. This is a fun one too. And I when I looked at all of these, I want to take them out and play with them. This is called the mailable frame. This is really handy because you can make a card out of this. You could put a photo in there. You could put art in there. Whatever you want. It folds up and you can mail it. But it's nice and sturdy. Man, I feel like maybe I'm getting a cold. I don't want that. Okay, then I have this cupcake stand. This is really fun. You don't have to put cupcakes on there. You could put like a little treasure with like a cloche top on top. It would be so cute. This one I just found. This is a little chair. This was with like, it was one of the kids. I did a baby collection. I can't remember what baby. I think it was Daniel. Anyway, this one is like a little chair you can put together. You can make it out of felt or leather. It's thin leather. Or a fabric, you know, like an upholstery fabric. That would be so cute. You could actually store something in it. This little seat lifts up and you could put something in there. It's not that big, but it's not bad. This one, I haven't made this in probably, I don't even know, 10, 15 years. It's just a little box, a little rectangle box. Actually, that would work great for a putz house. Ugh, I should have gotten it out. I'm not sure I can find it. And then I have one more of these. Yes, postage would be ridiculous. That is true. This is called Treat Toppers, and that was a fun one. It comes with labels and like little foldable things. You can cut them out of paper or matboard. Anyway, that's that one. And then a couple stitchlets. This one is called word stitchlets. So what they look like is that, you know, it's backwards because when you cut it, it reverses. And anyway, it's got a bunch of words. You can go to my Etsy store and see what they all look like. This one is called the House Pocket Stitchlet. Also, you can stitch around it if you want, but this piece here is removable. You don't have to put that in there. So this would make a really cute little gingerbread house. These might not be so bad to ship because you could put it in an envelope, but you know, they would call it a package. It drives me crazy. You know, anyway, it's amazing that anything gets anywhere. But you have the house, Diane? Yeah, that's a fun one. Okay, so anyway, if you guys want them, they're over in the Etsy shop. I'm still adding more. I keep finding stuff. So if anybody's interested, thanks to Liz and oh my Lord. I just sent her another pet, not Sharon. My brain is going. Oh my Lord. I'm going to think about it the minute I get off. Anyway, thanks to those who are ordering. Okay. You could use either of these. I want to show you a couple things. Mainly, I have been experimenting and playing, and it's like designing dies again. It's really fun. I don't know if you guys are going to think it's as fun as I do, but I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I came up with while I was playing. In the meantime, I have all these other ideas. I was making paper beads out of wrapping paper. Oh, thank you, whoever ordered. I've been doing stuff with pine cones. I need to sit down and do videos, and I just I keep getting other ideas. So anyway, it's nice because I haven't had a what do you call it? What would you call that when not a brainstorm? It's like a idea storm, and it's really fun. I haven't had one in a long time. I've been like kind of thinking about ideas. Do you guys do that? Do you write them down? And then like, oh, someday I have to do this. And then you never do it. Well, I'm doing it. So it's really fun after all this time. Thank you, Laura. They're so easy. I'm going to do a video. In fact, I was thinking I wasn't going to do a live. I'm not going to do a live on Thanksgiving. But I may do one on Friday. And I either could do a live with the beads or I might just do a video. I don't know. Would you guys prefer a live, or do you care what way it comes? I don't know. All right. Well, today, let me see if I have to. I announce the winners. I show the old dies. Okay. So the first one we did last week, and it did come along. Thank you, somebody else. We did this little house ornament die. Now, what's nice about this is it has the roof built in. If it doesn't have the roof, you have to kind of play with it a little bit. Hi, Sheena. How are you? So this one was fun. I don't know if I love this. If I hate it, I could just, well, that's true, Dorothy. Once I write it down, I think I have done it. You know, I heard about that. If you, it's some kind of effect from Etsy. If you watch the video, it's like, I already did it. I don't have to do it again. But there is something about doing it. The roof was kind of cool. Yeah, this is fun foam. So that came out okay. And then I did have some more ideas, and wait till you see how ridiculous this is. I got out my wood slices because I wanted to decoupage them. And, you know, we have that little piece left over. I made a little tree, and this is just a little, I have to turn this around. I didn't have time to play with it. I was letting the glue set, but this is the little house, or I mean the tree. I'll show you when I put the camera down. But that was kind of fun. I need a bigger wood slice, but what I liked about it was this. Well, I used my twig finally. I'm afraid to mess with it, but I had this twig from the yard that looks like, you know, a twig. And then I folded these in half and I turned them around and glued them to the branch. And there was a hole in this to hang it with. So I just stuck my stem in here and then I glued them to the base. But it was kind of tricky because this one is too big and it's kind of lumpy. But anyway, this is what I've been doing, just kind of problem solving, even though that is cute. Oh, wait a minute. I touched the wrong thing. Okay. So then what I thought was, you know, we started one on Monday. Thank you. Videos are great to interact with you better than live. Okay. If I watched it live and was in the chat, see, to me, once I do the video, like, I'm done. I want to come back and watch it again because then I say all the stupid things I said. Okay, here, this was a really cool idea. I love this. So I made another one and I had a glass knob and I stuck it and it fit in there. So then I can put it next to my tree. I mean, my house. Oh, and also the other thing that I did was I put a little tab here so I know where to pull this out of. And you can just lay that flat to the thing when you set it down. Anyway, okay. What I want to do tonight is some version of a putz house, which we talked about last week, which is kind of a glittery little cool house. I think what they were made of, because I have a couple, it almost feels like a bakery box, and I didn't have any of that. So I did a couple versions of it. So let me turn the camera down and you can take a look at what I have so far. Oops. Sorry. Okay. All right. Please stay. Oh my word. It's going to float around. I just know it. I did, wait a minute, let me get my masking tape. Last time I did that and I somehow managed to keep it contained, but where did I put my masking tape? All right, let's see. Hang on, this irritates me so much. This gadget, when I got it, worked great, and I don't know what I did to it, but okay, that seems pretty stable. Okay, so let me just show you what I did so far. All right. This one, I used the tiny book, which is no longer available, but I think a lot of you guys have probably have it. This is what it looks like. Now, the only thing is, like, when you're making a house, there are a couple things to think of. One of them is that roof. So what you can do is you can build it up and then add a roof. So this one is made out of matboard, and I want to show you I saved this one, put it together, because I want to show you a really fun way to put glitter on. Hey, Chris Flint. You've been having hot days and stormy nights. That is so funny because it's getting cold here, Chris. Okay. My original thought was make it out of matboard. So that's how I started. So the other thing is we have this die. Yeah, this is what I was going to show. All right, so this is the one that we started, and then we'll come back to that one. This is the one we started the other day. Okay, this one was using the notebook. The nice thing about the notebook is that this one bends in the middle. This is our roof. But what I did was I did a lot of stuff. Just trying to figure out the best way. It's kind of fun to have this puzzle. And I think I came up with how I want to work this. All right, so this is the chipboard. This is what comes in the, how did I put it? The pack from Sizzix. Not bad, that's the matboard, but it's just a little bit thinner and it works really well. Okay, it's a little more bendy, more flexible than the matboard. All right, so this was my thought. I cut 4 notebook covers and then I left off the piece. This is, I chopped it down. Wait, where's my notebook? Sorry, this is too much going on here. Here's the notebook, okay? So what I did was I chopped it in half, okay? That gives me the tab to connect it to the next one, all right? So what I did was I just took, 4 halves and connected them together with these little tabs here. I haven't folded it up yet because I'm trying to figure out if I want to go this way or up. And I think I decided on up. Now this is a pretty big one. Hey, Louise. This one is pretty big for a putz house, but I just thought if it's bigger, maybe that would help show a little better how you can work it. So what I did was I still used all the pieces of the notebook. Like this is a piece of notebook, but it's chopped down somehow. Yeah. So that I just chopped down. And this is what I was going to do to make the peak because we don't have that. Now, if we wanted to go this way with it, then we could make a roof to go like this. That's pretty easy. But I decided I think I want to do that. So in order for me to know where to place the roof shape, I need to build a little peak up here. Okay, it doesn't matter where. So all I did was first I cut these and I scored them. They were not really very, they're too wide. So I'd have to trim them. I thought that's not right. So what I did was I took a square, from the notebook, and then I just did lines going each way. And that gave a pretty nice peak. So I'm going to cut these out. Now this one, that one was a little shorter. So I'm going to use the ones that fit these the best. I'm going to put one here and one over here, or the other way, because when I turn it around, one has to be flat and one, we need a peak here and a peak back here. Okay. All right. It's going to make sense in a minute. Hopefully. All right. So let's use our, I found a new blade. I had this skinny little one. I used to use it all the time. Just trying to get that exactly on the diagonal there. So let me try this blade. I don't know if Leslie's here, but it's a smaller one, so she should be happy. So isn't it cute? It looks much less lethal. Now that's moving. It felt like that was moving. You really don't have to have the guide, but it does help to keep your cut straight. But once I get one good one, I just go over it and don't worry so much about keeping the ruler there. So then we're going to cut these, and then we'll just see which one is the best, which one fits the best. It should be the same, but you know, with all the people measuring, it's not as good as a die cut, but it gives us a good basic shape to work with. So, you know, you want all your sides to be the same, so it's good that we had the die to cut all those. Now, my other thought was on here, I was trying to figure out what do I want to do for a door. And I thought, you know, if I just trim around here, that's a nice little kind of a door with a little thing on top. Or I could even go here, make it a little taller, you know, cut away this stuff. So be thinking, you know, look at your dies and see what you have that will work. All right, now I'm going to cover this with, I may wrap it, I'm not sure. I might just cut paper to fit. I hadn't gotten that far. Then I got into the putz houses and it was like, oh, okay. So I'm going to, yeah, that one looks just right. We really just want the shape. So I'm going to tape this on here. And you don't want it extending over because it's going to get in the way. Even that. No, that looks okay. All right, so let's do. Is this making sense? I don't even know. I just want this thing to. I just want it to be cute. I'm not willing to do all the work. I'm just going from project to project. I'm missing my little. Is that it? Where'd the other one go? There should be 4 of them. What the heck? Oh, that is because I glued one on already. Okay. I haven't had Thanksgiving here in like a long time. Now it's like, ooh, my dining room is a mess because I have all my Etsy stuff out on it. I gotta move all that stuff. I better sell some more dies. Okay, so I am just going to tape this down, and I don't care. This is going to stabilize it doing front and back. See, now it looks like it was part of the original. This looks weird because that's a tab there, but that is okay. Hey, there's Leslie. Oh, good. It's making sense. Hey, C's, how are you? Or says, I don't know how to say your name. Okay. Now, we do need a bottom too, but that'll be an easy thing. And I may, if I want to add a light to this, which I probably won't because I haven't cut out an opening. And I probably can't do that. I can do it before I glue this together, but not after that. So just be aware. Do all of your cutting on the smaller pieces. All right. So let's see. Now, I thought I had a roof. Now, this is the, oh, that's a little long, but that would work. So we can trim this down and have a nice little roof that hopefully is going to lay flat. All right, let's think if there's anything else we want to do. Well, I think we do want to measure our glitter that we're going to put on top. There's a couple ways we can do this. Now, this one I thought I would do with glitter paper because I need to cover all this stuff. I don't cook. I don't. That's why I'm stressed out. I mean, I did feed our 4 children for many years, and they're still alive. So, but, you know, for 2 people, it's just like, Wait, this thing is driving me crazy. All right, so let's see what we want to do next. All right, let's just trace this on a piece of copy paper. So we have a template for this angle and shape, because we are somehow going to have to reproduce that if we cover this with paper. All right, let's see. So I would leave a little bit all around just for errors, or, you know, never hurts. So I'm just going to trace this. And I'm going to leave a mark here and here, and then I'm going to connect these so I know that is the side. All right, so if we want to cover this with glitter paper, that's going to be our template, okay? And then this one would just be here to here. So, all right, let's assemble it just so you guys get the hang of this. We can always decorate it later, and I want to show you some other pretty paper I found. Karen Gartland, you're going to like one of them, I'm pretty sure. I tried to refill this stupid thing, and I could not get the glue to go in there. It kept overflowing. It was driving me crazy. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Oh. All right, so I'm just going to make my square here. And you could use hot glue. You could use your double-sided tape. I struggled so hard to fill this thing, I'm using it. And then just hold that for a minute in place. So this should make a perfect square, because all those tabs were the same, coming from the same die, you know. And you could even lay it down like this, but it's not looking totally perfect, but it's still going to be okay. Okay. You ordered 4 from Cracker Barrel. The meal is for 4, so you can have leftovers. Yummy. Yes, movers and shapers would be good. Air bubble, drop at a time. Yeah, I was like, I don't have time for that. I only got halfway full. My other one, I just poured in there. I must have had the magic formula that day. Okay, so let's think about, all right, this doesn't look super sturdy because it has no base and no top. So now we have our nice little shape, and we can take this and let's see, it's sitting pretty well. That looks kind of like a birdhouse, doesn't it? I think we need a shorter. So let's see, maybe here where my, what do you guys think? Maybe this needs to get trimmed down a little bit too. It's kind of wide, right? So let's, all right, so maybe like here. And yeah, this is a little extra here, so let's trim that off too. All right, let's see if this works on my caterpillar. That would be good, because I want precise. Oh, crash. That was my trimmer. My paper cutter. My scoring thing. So much junk around here. All right, now where did I chop that off? All right, let's see how this works. Yeah, that's a little more manageable. The one thing I would say is don't fold that, because then you're going to get this weird kind of little hunched over effect. I could cut another one, but all right, so let's measure how much that is. That is taking off 1 1/8 each end here. And then I don't know if I want to round my corners. Might just, but I can always decorate them. Yeah, that's better. That looks more house-like, you think? Okay, you have those same bottles. You had a hard time. No, what a pain. All right, now, here's another thing to think about. Let's just cut our square, which we can use. This is not flat, so I'm probably not going to use that. Let's see. Here's one. Wait a minute. That's close. I mean, all this you could measure. But now the other thing is it wouldn't hurt to have a little tab in here to I'm gonna do that a little more so it can kind of sit in there, and then I think I will do some tabs. So let's measure this. This is 3 3/4. So probably we wanted 3 3/4. So let's see. Yeah, it's still a little big, but we could glue that on. I would probably hot glue that. All right, so there we go. We've got our base. I don't have my hot glue warmed up. I just wanted to kind of show you how I arrived at this. All right, so there we have our little putz house. Now, you could just take your chipboard and cut, but I kind of like using the similar shapes and not have to measure everything a million times. All right, one more thing to remember. This piece here, I should have trimmed down, because when this slant comes down, that makes this bump out a little over here, I guess. But that's easy to kind of fix with like adding a little piece of lace or something like that. Okay, so there's that. This is going to be okay. Have a good feeling. All right, let's kind of take the same idea. And here is the matboard one. This is the cool technique I wanted to show you. All right, so this one, I use the tiny book. And here is a piece. Now this one does not have the score line down the middle, so I couldn't really connect them. So I decided to just fold it on one side and make it not quite, symmetrical shape of a house, which is normal because not a lot of them are. So then I cut the 2 tiny books and I'm going to attach them like this and put them together and make a little house. And this one, I want the roof to go like up a little bit and then down, because that's how they look. The one that I have, it's kind of a weird roof. It's not a big pitch, it just like comes up in the back and slants down. And what I was thinking was, I think I want to use just a piece of glitter paper for that. But let's do this fun technique, okay? This does involve glitter, crystal glitter, which is the what, it's like a clear. This stuff, you can get it for kids. I think this was for kids. And what I did before I cut all this, it looks like we had a kids project there. I added double-sided tape, and there's a light blue, a really pretty light blue under here. So let's put the box together, and then I'm going to show you how you can make that fun glitter effect. All right. Now, I think I was going to have it go this way. Oh, shoot. I didn't cut another. Wait, maybe I did, and I just don't have it. There's so many ways you can do this. The easy way and the hard way. Of course, I seem to keep doing the hard way. Let me show you some of the other ideas I had first. I thought it would be cool, Karen Gartland, to do a tartan little putz house. And so I picked that out. I liked it because it was a lightweight paper. So if I wanted to add that here, that would be fine. I would add it first and then do it. Look at this one. I don't even know where this is from. Isn't that pretty? It's old. Oh, actually. Oh, my mind's eye. They were so pretty. This is pretty too. This is Graphic 45. And oh, I don't know how that got there, but you could if you wanted like a cabin look. This one was pretty. This is Minte. And then these are also pretty. More my mind's eye. But I thought this is really cool. It already has the glitter though, so I kind of don't want to waste it. Oh, these two go with this one. This one here. They got out of order. Aren't they pretty? I don't think that one goes with it, but you could use it because the colors are good. Okay. Anyway, let's just do this thing so you know what I'm talking about. I am looking for that last. Oh, here it is. I knew it. Okay. So what I did was I made these little, I don't know what you want to call them. They're just little strips that you can hinge and attach pieces together that don't have tabs. Okay, so let's just go ahead and glue this together and hope that it works. But it's going to be so pretty when we do our final effect. All right, let's see how we're doing this. This goes this way. Okay, so I'm not sure of the right order, but we may get stuck at the end. You can't do them all at one time or else the glue goes everywhere, but maybe you can. So I'm just gluing my two tiny boxes, tiny books together. I did have to do some cutting and kind of manipulating here. These two are going to get glued at the same time. I don't think it matters which one goes where. In fact, I want to glue that one to the other one. And I want to do this because I can still reach in and kind of push that down and play with it a little bit. So you can take your bone folder. Why is that not sticking? Did I not have glue on there? Yeah, I did. Oh, it's underneath, so it's gonna, let me get my, there's a tab in the way. And the other thing that I would say is don't worry if you can't get it exactly flat, because we're gonna add more stuff to it and you'll be fine. Okay. All right, now we're just going to add this and we'll have a nice little box. Okay, this is the basic shape of our house. And then we're going to do the fun thing. I'm putting all my tabs on at one time. This could be a disaster. I'm going to make it work. Hopefully it fits just right. Yeah, see, I can't really. Well, I'm just going to square it up and hope that that can be the floor. Oh, there, that looked better. I don't know, I must have had it weird. Okay, so now I want to think about my roof while I'm at it. And there's a couple ways you could do this. You could make, I'll show you that on the next one though. Next one I'm just doing out of glitter paper. All right. Actually, I want to think about it because this is going to wind up with a bunch of glitter on it, and it's hard to adhere anything to it if you have the glitter already on it. So what I might do is actually, well, what I could do is just cut a strip and use that, and that would glue on. You could scrape away the glitter. Let me just show you this thing because it is so fun. All right, let's think about that one. Probably is the better way to go. If you see any score lines on here, you know, just let that be the top. That's going to be covered by the roof. Are you guys doing all right? Okay, so look at that. Isn't that a pretty color? Oh, Teresita. Oh, that's good. You do 100 Christmas cards. Oh, well, that sounds fun. Do not peel away the paper that goes to the mat board. That's not good. And I do a couple sides at a time. If you do too many, everything is too sticky. Now, the other thing you could do is just paint this with Mod Podge. I know Teresita has probably a gallon. She had a gallon last time I saw her of Mod Podge, as everyone should. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we have this side and this side, wherever it's blue, and we're going to take our crystal glitter. Actually, maybe I'll do this. Have something to catch the extra glitter, like this. And then you're just going to sprinkle this on. It is so cute. And just kind of tap it on. You're going to have glitter everywhere. So I know some of you, but look at how fun that is. Isn't it cute? See what I mean? You're not going to notice if these don't line up right. And actually, the one that I have, it kind of is messed up. I don't think they're meant to be. I think they're meant to be like handmade and, you know, imperfect, which is very handy for this project. So that's how it's coming out. You could take like this and kind of stick it down and, you know, go over it again if you want. I don't think you'd want to do this first because it just would get everywhere. Sometimes my husband will say, you have glitter on your nose. It's like, of course I do. I make a mess. I really don't do glitter that much. Okay. Isn't this so pretty? Like a little fairy house. Now, it's just a box right now. I didn't do this because that's going to be my roof, and I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. I could build something up. I really just wanted to show this technique. Isn't it fun? It really adds such sparkle. Isn't it cool? Okay, so this I can put back in my thing. I can just unscrew this. I probably should do it because we'll make a mess. And I think if you take your white, you know, like bounce dryer sheets, that will help the stuff not to stick if you went over it first, which I didn't do. But. Okay, now I still could stick this somewhere, and I know I'm asking you to imagine, like, imagine it has a roof, but really, that is not too hard. What I would do for that is I would just take a piece of this and probably just, well, let's see. I think I do want to put some glitter cardstock. I don't know. Do you think I should? Is that too much glitter? I mean, this would be paper. That's not bad. And then I would just score on here at a lower angle, and then probably trace that shape and make like a little ridge like we did on the other one. Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking about? No Bod Podge Gallon. I'm going to miss it. It's possible that you can have too much glitter, Chris Flint. Even if you did like a real flat one, I still think it would be cute. The other thing is you could do like a little awning coming out. I think I'm going to score it like right along here. So I'm just going to lay this here and let's say there. And I'm just going to go down with my scoring blade. My blade. And just go like halfway through just to test it out. Then I can kind of adjust. Yeah, that's cute. See? And so I can build this up with some scraps and kind of cover this, and I would hot glue that down. I kind of wish it had a little more of a roof. But anyway, I have a bunch of these scraps, so I can play with that. Okay, so that was my thought on that one, and I love that. But I want to show you one that I was half done with. Hopefully I can find all the pieces to it. But this one is also using the tiny book. All right, so I just cut. Where did it go? No, I'm not sure. No, but now that would make a nice little roof. This is the needle book. So be looking at all the stuff you have and see what you can use. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's the tiny book. I like this because it has this little piece, which you could use as like a door, you know, if you cut that out, and these are like little panels on it, and that would be a little small, but not terrible. And these are kind of, I don't want to say, they're not supposed to be symmetrical and perfect and scaled to size, you know, like everything matching where it's supposed to be. It's just like a idea. When you look at it, you get the idea, oh, that's a little glittery house. Okay, so what I did was on this one, I put it on my scoring board, my little mini one, and I measured it. Now this one, it only has one, it has one, you know, section here, and I didn't really want that like a little flat part at the top of the corner or the roof. So this one, I decided, I cut it, I used the die to cut them, but then I measured out how I wanted to construct this. Now this one is a little different because it's 5 inches across. So I scored at 1 1/4 and looks like 3 3 3/4. Okay, that gives me kind of a middle and a base. Then I took my 2 other pieces. These are just plain, and I scored them in half at 2 1/2. And now I've got my little shape. I might want a roof that is that pitch, but I don't think so. So what I'm going to do, and this will strengthen it up too, is I'm going to, let's see, I think that looks all right. So let's see where this is. I'm going to score this, let's say 4. And I'm going to do that with both of them. And then we're going to kind of fold them into each other. So this is just, is that right? Yeah. Just to kind of give you an idea of how you can work with these. You know, you have to be a little creative, but that's not a problem. I know you guys are. So they're going to overlap a little, but you're probably going to make your roof a little different anyway. You don't have to, but so there you go. Now you have kind of another house shape. So these would get glued together. Doesn't matter which way, I guess. Let's just glue this together. Then we're going to need the other dimension to it. Then I'll show you my fail with the little tiny houses that I did. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Glue does not work great with this. So let me get my tape. I can get it out of here. Okay. I forgot. This just doesn't really seem to stick on the glitter. He was hoping to nab an Adirondack chair. I don't know if I haven't come across one yet. Now, the other thing is I might have some used, well, gently used, because some I used for class. So if I have them, I can let you know about that too. So they work just as well. Nope, I wasn't careful enough. All right. That one's going to go there. No. So this can go here. Let's see if they stick. This should do it. The only thing is peeling this off. You know how I love doing that. Go in the middle, get your die pick, lift it up. This is the Sizzix cardstock. I do have the Opulent. This is nice. This is a good weight. It's not super duper strong, but if you're using these to make ornaments or something to sit on your mantle, you don't need this like what I did with the mat board. You don't need that. But if I'm just thinking, if I'm going to put them up every year, I want to know that they're going to last. And we'll probably have kids picking them up and, you know, just want them to last. Okay. Doesn't matter which one goes where. Just line them up so that the yay. Well, that's a good thing. It didn't stick. All right. So, not perfect, but. So now we have our house shape. I would just glue these together too. And then I would trace that like I did my other one and do something to fit in with those tabs. Seems kind of probably easier to put them in here. Yeah. I just like that I don't have to measure. I just like make it go with what I have. I don't have to think about it. And you can do any size. I mean, because that full-size journal, that would make a big house. That would be a store. That would be a Macy's. I do not know, Karen. It's heavy. It's a pound. Who is here? Hi, lovely Crafting Lodge. How are you? We're making some little... Ooh, I hope I put that... Yeah. We're making some little putz houses in a couple different ways. And also, I have my other little Rudolph one. I got to figure out what I want to do with that. This is that one, but I was thinking ball chain would be cool down there. And it would be easy to rip that off, but anyway. Are you guys feeling creative, or are you stressed out, or what is your state of mind these days? Oh, we started watching Karen Peary. It's a detective show on I don't know what it's on, BritBox maybe, but she is so feisty. It's a good one. And what's the other thing? I finished Slow Horses. Okay, so now we're going to take this base piece and we're just going to lay that down. Creative here. Oh, good. Oh, you're into dyeing paper? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brenda, it's good. Okay, this is a little tricky. You know what? I should get my... Actually, this would work, except then I'll get more glitter on it, but so what? I already have glitter everywhere. Get a 90-degree angle. Nope. Well, the good thing is it does come off. This is going to run out, and then the air is going to get to it. I'll have to go through that torture of filling it again. The desk is a mess, as usual. But you know what? It's a good kind of messy because I know that I'm getting stuff done. I've been putting things all with the supplies in it, so when I do the video, I'll have it all in one spot. I'm just going to sit down and do it. Pray I don't have to make a million edits. Okay, there we go. There's our shape. That's cute. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. It's a little bit wonky. I can trim that. Okay, so that's a kind of cute little shape. So now, you know what would be fun? To have like an acrylic front so you could see inside and do like a little scene. Wouldn't that be cute? Might as well do this now. Okay, good as new. Does the house die with a gingerbread man stuck to it count as a gingerbread house? Sure! You broke your glitter tray like that, dropped it, and it broke. Oh, you had it for 12 years? You started getting your Christmas crafty stuff out, but you're having to... I know, that's the thing. That's how I feel, Brenda. Then, I mean, I'm making the craft stuff, but that's in the basement, so it's no one's going to see that, believe me. They would scream. Okay. So, let's see, actually. That just might work. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to trace this because it's already folded and ready to go. I just want to make sure that I have this even, you know what I mean, and get the sides right, because when you go to put that in there, it's wonky. Oops. I'm sure there's a more scientific way, but I mean, again, it's supposed to be handmade and, you know, cute. So this is just to keep the shape of it. And then we're going to have to do those strips again. And all I did for them, I don't even know if I told you how I did them. I just took some strips of 1 inch. That's more than that. Those where those went. Here's one. Oh, no, it isn't. All right, we'll just say, let's trim this to 1 inch. Doesn't really matter, but these are pretty small, so I wouldn't make it huge. Just use, you know, this is a cardstock. This is the Sizzix stuff. This is kind of heavy duty for it, but you don't want it falling apart either. And then you just go, you know, score it halfway down. Sorry, guys, I'm not really prepared today. But the thought is, I just want you to not be afraid to go try stuff and, you know, see if it'll work. All right, let's just trim this while I got it out here. And I can do it for both. Actually, I'm going to make 2. Hopefully they're the same. I probably should measure halfway, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think kids would love making these. Okay, let's see. Not bad. All right. So you would just take this little strip thing and I was making notes. You know, just lay it down and cut. This one I would do a little bevel because it's going to be, I did run into, this is pretty thick. So, you know, then do one here. Anyway, you guys get that, right? So that's all there is to it. Just get out your stuff and have a good play. Cut a couple shapes and see what you come up with. It's really fun. It's fun when it works anyway. And you're probably going to come up with a couple different ways to do all of it, which is fine. You guys even see I'm making cards from the Make and Take kits from the Paper and Ink Boutique. My grief brain can handle these. Oh, Linda. Yeah, sometimes you can't. Sorry. It's hard at the holidays. I think I hear my husband cooking hamburgers up there. Oh, man. All right, guys, it's time, and I am hungry. I'm on my diet again. But anyway, let me just say, make a die. I had one designed, actually. I need to find it. It was cute. It was this. It was a putz house. So, see, you just kind of, and if it doesn't fit, just cut off these little things and make it fit. And then cover it all with glitter. But see what I mean? That gives it stability. You could even just take washi tape and go around the edges. The only thing is this doesn't stick so well. And this is also a little bit too long. So that's all right. I would just trim that down. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. So this one, it might work better. You have to test them out. Anyway, it gives you the shape, and then you can decorate it. The other thing is you can add a roof to this, which I think I will do. So I'm just going to keep making these guys, and I will try and get them a little more perfected. But I really wanted to show you this crystal glitter trick because I just love how that looks. Isn't it adorable? You don't have to go on Valiant. You would have fun, Leslie. Just play. Yes, make it fit is right. But you guys get the idea of these little strips. These are great for kind of holding things together. Just make sure to use something strong enough because you don't want it falling apart. Okay, but look at that little shape. And now if you had the, this could cut, thinlits could cut in here. So if I had done this before I put it together, we could have done a window or a door here. And I do have some dies that have, you know, one of them was that little tiny book. I wish I had more of those. I might have one of them. Let me look through. If you don't have the tiny book, it's a really good one for tiny books, but also it comes with these little pieces, and that's cute too. You know, you could put a little photo or make like a little diorama inside and do a 3D house that you could peek in, put acetate. Anyway. All right, guys, I am off to have a hamburger. But thanks for watching, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Santa needs a chimney. Yeah, you could do that. You could add that on after. Just a little square at an angle, you know. And I probably would cover this because you got that seam there. So, and it would make it sturdier too. And you could do a decorative edge on the roof or a little tile or something. That would be neat, but it wouldn't really be like a putz house. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm heading out. Thanks for watching. Sorry I went late. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and I will get those prizes out. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. All right, Glum. I didn't see you, but I get that you're there. Thank you. All right. See you guys. Bye.